So hi guys, welcome to this Money Control live stream. You're watching Midday Market Mood Check with me, Nandita Khemka. Well, after the kind of choppy session that we saw on Friday, we've kick-started the week on a very positive note. We've come out of a long weekend and nothing really to complain about, given the fact that we are somewhere around the 21,500 mark. Triple-digit moves coming in on the index, even the Sensex in fine fettle. If you look at the broader end of the markets, they are also holding firm, but they are underperforming the benchmarks today. If you look at the advanced decline ratio, well, that is tilted in favor of gainers as well. And among the top Nifty gainers, you have the likes of Divi's Labs, Hero Motor Corp, NTPC, Coal India, M&M. So autos are in fine fettle today. What's not doing well is the TCS and the likes of Infosys. Of course, Infosys under pressure, given the fact that we've had a global customer cancelling a $1.5 billion deal. We'll be talking about that in a bit. But aside of that, what's not doing well is Bajaj Twins, Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finserv. You have HDFC Life, Tata Motors. These are some of the laggards on the index. So talking about Infosys then, it was a large deal, $1.5 billion worth of AI deal that has been cancelled by a global customer. Of course, Infosys hasn't really named the customer. And, if you look at the deal that was actually signed in September, 14th of September, and it was supposed to be spread over 15 years. So that has come as a big setback. But important to note that Infosys had not really included this $1.5 billion deal in its deal TCV for Q2. And if you look at the deal TCV for Q2, it was at highest level of $7.5 billion for Infosys. So this has come as a big setback, and of course it's reflecting in the share prices as well. In fact, Infosys is the top laggard on the Nifty today. Aside of that, from the IT pack, what was doing well on Friday was Wipro. The shares were up somewhere around 7% on buzz that the company has hired ex-L&T Infotech CEO Sanjay Jalona. But of course, those were all rumors, and the company has categorically denied this particular development, which is why shares of Wipro are once again in focus. They were trading in the red, but they are off. The shares of Wipro are off lows as we speak. The other gainer on the Nifty is Tata Steel. In fact, the company is planning to review its merger with Indian Steel and Wire Products, and the stock was up somewhere around 1.5% as a result of that. Lots of movers and shakers in the mid-cap end of the markets. You have BEL, Bharat Electronics. CLSA has come out with a very positive report. Buy call, target price raised to 207 rupees from 157 rupees per share. In fact, just a few minutes ago, we had BEL bagging another 640 or 650 crore rupee order. So that also in reaction to that, the stock is up 4.5% as we speak. If you look at what CLSA has to say about BEL, it says that the company is set to beat its FY24 order inflow guidance of 20,000 crore rupees. That is something that has been, also indicated by the management last week to CNBC TV18. In fact, CLSA has also raised the EPS estimates on BEL by 5 to 7% for calendar year 2025 to 2026. Aside of that, Adani Group of stocks are also in focus, given the fact that Adani Green, that stock was gaining ahead of the board meet to consider fundraise. Aside of that, Adani Wilmar not doing all that well today. Promoters are planning to cut stake by somewhere around 1.2% to meet the SEBI's minimum public shareholding norm. So that stock was under pressure on the back of that. Another stock that's doing well is Anupam Rasayan. The stock has gained on the back of an order win, 507 crore rupee letter of intent signed with a Japanese firm. So that's stock in focus. TV18 and Network 18, these two stocks gaining in excess of 3% in today's session on the back of reports that Disney and RIL are, in fact, have signed a non-binding term sheet to merge their Indian media operations. This is, of course, report based, and RIL and Walt Disney have signed a non-binding term sheet in which RIL is supposed to be having 51% stake via a combination of shares as well as cash. On the other hand, Disney expected to hold 49% in the merged entity. But of course, these are all report-based news. However, both the companies have not really offered any kind of confirmation on that. And aside of that, if you look at the deal itself, it is likely to be completed by February. As I mentioned, all of them are report based, but the stocks are active in trade. Aside of that, if you look at the Nifty 500 gainers, defense stocks are doing well. If you look at Mazgaon Dock, that stock was up 10%. You have the likes of, chemical stocks doing well today. So Alkyl Amines, Balaji Amines, Tata Chemical, all these stocks are gaining in excess of 5% apiece. Aside of that, NLC India is the other gainer on the Nifty 500 index. On the flip side, you have the likes of VMart, Home First, Mannapuram, Brightcom, New India Assurance. These are some of the laggards on the Nifty 500 index. Aside of that, we had 3 new listings today. Muthoot Microfinance listed at a discount of 4.5%, disappointing debut there. You had Suraj Estates, that was also a disappointing debut, that listed at a discount of somewhere around 5%. But what was a winner today was Moti Sons Jewellers. That stock listed at a premium of 98% to its IPO price of 55 rupees per share. A lot of action in the primary markets. Ola Electric has filed papers for its IPO, 5,500 crore rupee IPO. That will be the first EV maker in India to be listed, right? So that's another development from the IPO market or primary markets. Aside of that, if you look at the texture of the markets, the kind of volatility that we saw on Friday, investors and in fact experts are advising caution at highs, but nevertheless 21,500 would be a very important support level according to technical experts, and they're advising investors to treat that as a stop loss on the Nifty, and 21,500 is the kind of level that will be extremely crucial as we step into trade this week. This is an expiry week, so we could expect some bit of volatility going forward, and it's the last week of 2023, so we'll have to see how things really pan out. But for now, nothing really to complain about, given the fact that the Nifty is cruising around that 21,500 mark. But with that, that's a wrap from me on this midday market mood check. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Come back and join us on closing bell at 3:30 p.m. where we'll be talking about the market close as well as some of the stocks that will be on our radar this afternoon. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Stay tuned to Money Control for all your other news and updates.